After 30 days in Seattle, we headed north to Vancouver for the next 30-day stay of our adventure in September of 2021. On this day in particular, we found the Capilano Suspension Bridge in North Vancouver. All right, guys, at the Capilano Suspension Bridge here outside of Vancouver. This suspension bridge, I think it was built in 1893, but more specifically, has been the site of a lot of popular TV shows over the years. Many of you might remember, this one is really old, but MacGyver. So the original MacGyver was actually had a few episodes filmed here, so it should be pretty cool. And also a show called Psych, which I've never seen, but you may have seen as well. And pretty cool here. So, all right, guys, we'll check in with you later on the bridge. All right, got another fun fact that I'll call him the Ranger gave us here. The tree that is behind us that this is built on is estimated to be about 200 to 300 years old. But because the tree keeps growing, they have to clamp it with this clamp right here. And so as the tree continues to grow, they'll release those clamps. They will move the bridge upward, and then they'll continue to build more levels to this treehouse over time. So we're standing right now on what was the original level of this suspension bridge, but then as this grew, they had to move it up an additional level, and now it's up there as well. So I'm assuming maybe every 20, 30 years, they're gonna have to actually go ahead and increase it, move it up again. So I can imagine how big these suspension bridges are going to be even 100 years from now. It's pretty amazing. The Capilano Suspension Bridge was actually built in 1889. In fact, its first cables were built of hemp ropes. I don't think I'd want to cross that one. Of course, since that time, ropes have been replaced by cables strong enough to hold a 747 airliner. The bridge is 450 feet long and hangs 230 feet above the Capilano River. That makes it the longest suspension bridge in the world. One of the most difficult things to get used to is trying to stand still on the bridge while others were walking. The bridge would sway back and forth, causing us to have some pretty eerie moments. The cables in this suspension bridge are strong enough to hold 10 different fully loaded 18-wheelers. That's a strong bridge right there. As you can see, many people going across at the same time. So it was wobbly, but it was sure a lot of fun.
They did a study years ago, a couple of psychologists, and they had women approach a man on the bridge, and then they had a woman approach men off the bridge, and they found that when men were approached on the bridge, they were twice as likely to go on a date with the woman. And they found later, it backed the theory that they associated the fear with attraction, which I think is amazing. And they mistook the two. I guess we're not so advanced. Okay, fun fact. This tree right here, this is a pretty mature, let's see, it looks like it's maybe a Douglas fir. I can't see the leaves, but it takes that tree 36 hours to get water from the ground up through the roots all the way up to the treetops. 36 hours. Imagine taking a sip out of a straw and not actually getting water in your mouth for 36 hours. In addition to that, Patrick believes that all dinosaurs from Jurassic Park are right over there, behind that fence.
Right behind this fence is where they keep them all. I have seen no less than 3 velociraptors.
Make a wish. Make it count. Hi to wish. Nice. So one of the things that you can do is get this little activity book that Vivian has. So you get it at the top of the little treetop forest, And then all along the way, there's all these activities and the kids can fill it out. And at the very end, they get what, baby?
A surprise!
The Treetop Adventures was the most exciting and fun part that we had to bring us back to our childlike memories. I don't mind admitting that it brought out all the kid memories of building forts and exploring.
You don't even have to run.
Here we go, heading down to the cliff walk. A lot of rules on this one. This one's a little more intense than the suspension bridge.
It's a long way down, huh?
Yeah. Wait, this cliff walk can support 35 killer whales?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Also, it has the environmental footprint is only 11 square meters, less space than a standard parking stall.
Okay.
It's huge. That's amazing. Doing the cliff walk. It's a long way down. We have this rock back here.
Now I have to say, the cliff walk is not for the faint of heart. It is high and narrow, and in some sections, open graded walkways is all that separates the guests from the canyon far below. The day was over. We had plenty of adventures for our family, memories, and great times to look back on.
What a place.